So a glute ham raise, as the name suggests, is a great way to target the hamstrings. Not so much the glutes, at least in the variation that we're going to do. We're going to use this as a hamstring shortening exercise. Hamstrings either flex the knee, they pull the knee back towards us, or they help us extend the hip. And traditionally, when we train them, we do one or the other, right? So an RDL, we do hip extension. In a leg curl, we do knee flexion. In the glute ham raise, we get a little bit of both. We get a bit of both knee flexion and hip extension. That provides its own challenge. It is quite difficult to do this fully, but if you can, you have access to it, it's a great, great thing. First of all, we want the distance between here to roughly be the same length as my tibia, right? So you can adjust this backwards and forwards. I also want it to be roughly the same height so that I can kneel on this comfortably, because I'm going to shoot over in this direction. I want to be able to push into the back of this. Some people like to jam their heels right up against the pad. Some people prefer to anchor them on the bottom of it. As long as you're somewhere in there and you're nice and stable and able to push against the back of it, I don't think it makes too much of a difference. But from here, I'm then going to go in this direction by pushing against that pad and shooting myself out, at least to begin with, till I end up in this straight position. Full straight knee, full straight hip. From there, I'm going to use my hamstrings to pull backwards and lever myself up. Now, that can look moderately easy if someone has done it quite a lot of times and is relatively strong at this position. We can make it more difficult by increasing the range. So once I get to here, I can go a bit more into hip flexion, into this kind of position here, so that I can then extend and then pull back as well. And then I can hit both functions of those hamstrings. Hip extension and then knee flexion. But to begin with, I get people to just work to, can you get here? And then can you pull back with the hamstrings, not with the spine? Here's what pulling back with the spine looks like. Right? And we get that same issue we see in like our 45-degree back extensions, where we get the kind of lady at the front of the Titanic, which is not what we're after with this. The spine stays fixed so that the hamstrings can help pull me back and shorten into that position. Don't turn this into a spinal exercise. That stays braced. Once you've kind of mastered that, we then progress it down. Again, neutral spine, extend, and then flex, and we can hit both of those things. We make this harder. We could attach a band onto this one as well, or we can hold an object in front of us, a plate, a dumbbell, a kettlebell, a child, whatever you kind of want. You grab something, you hold it here, we work our way over, and then we come back with the hamstrings, not with the spine. And that is the glute ham raise.